Hey guys, Cardfight here, and today I'm here with an updated Thavas deck. So actually the core deck is mainly the same as my previous build, but it's a change in ratios, and I did add in some old cards that I didn't run previously, because it didn't really fit in that meta, but in the current meta it's a lot better. So anyway, let's get right into that profile. So for the Samurai guy, we're running Mitros. So he's the Thavas support, and his skill is wave 3 or above. So we'll discard soul when your Vanguard attacks. If you have a Thavas grade 3 or above Vanguard, you can pay the cost. If you do, search your deck for a Thavas grade 3 and call it to a Vanguard circle, and then shuffle your deck. And then at the end of the turn, return that card to your hand. So basically, you get to search for a Thavas, and then you have a Shroud Fodder for your next turn, which is pretty good. Also, if you didn't stride into, if you don't have Thavas as your heart, you can stride into Commander Thavas, so that you do have a Thavas grade 3 or above, and then you can use Parka's skill. It's quite strong. So then you have the right heart next turn. Anyway, for the grade 3s, we are running 4 Thavas, so pretty self-explanatory. This is a Thavas deck, so we're running 4 Thavas. Although I've seen people run less than 4, the people like run 3 and then 4 Skyros, which is kind of, I guess it's okay, because Skyros has a pretty good skill. And we're running 3. You guys probably know he does by now, but he has a skill that's put when he's placed on a Vanguard circle. You can target one of your units, and in his turn, it gets a new skill, which is Vanguard Vanguard Circle, wave 3 or above. When his unit attacks, you can look top 5 cards of your deck, and then search for a grade 3, and then add that card to your hand. So you can combo with some other cards, and potentially you can get, grade 3, more Shroud Fodder if you ride into him. So riding him is not that bad. This card was pretty looked down upon when it first came out, but he has his place in this deck. He's been in my Thavas deck for quite a while, so I don't think I'll change that anytime soon, unless they get something really amazing. But anyway, 3 Skyros. Next, we are running for Magnum Assault, the card from the trial deck. Magnum Assault is one of the restanders. Actually, all the grade 3s in this deck are restanders to help you get numbers. So we're running 4. I think his name is Adelaide. So with 4 Adelaide, it's the Glimmer Breath clone for Aqua Force. So she also restands, except you get to use it once, but that is fine because you don't really need to use it once. And for the last grade 3, grade 2, we're running 4 Tidal Assault. So he's free, but he does minus 5,000 power. But then if you stack your crits onto him, he becomes really scary. So he's also, the lineup is, I'm not running Hindsight Sniper anymore because I don't find him as useful as he used to be. I'd rather have more chances to attack multiple times. So please, especially when your opponent has a lot of things that control your field, you really want to maintain being able to hit 3 or more attacks, or like you want to be able to hit your 4th attack. So that's the reason for me running this lineup. For everyone's running for Millennia, I think. Yeah, Millennia. So what she does is Transfix 1, wave 3 or above, kind of lost 1 when his card attacks. If you have a Thavas grade 3 or above, you can pay the cost. If you do, draw a card, and then during this battle, this card gets 5,000 power. And then she has resist. So her having resist is pretty good. And when she attacks, it's third attack, you can kind of also draw a card, so it's pretty good for drawing cards. And you can combo her with Commander Thavas, so she can attack from the back row for 17k if you use Commander Thavas on her. So it's not bad. And she's also pretty cute, so definitely a plus. And you know, having a booster that can stay on the board is pretty important. So that's what I'm running for. I know a lot of people like to run the other card too. The other card was this. I forgot her name, but it's the card that makes your attacker like a tidal assault, but you have to count less one's the last one. Forgot what her name is. I was planning to run her, but I'd rather run two Stacia instead. So running two Stacia, I used to run 4 in this deck because she used to be super good, but she's not as good now. In fact, I see a lot of people not running her at all, but I like to use her to pick off some useful attackers on your opponent's field. And comboed with the draw triggers, you can still hit your opponent's Vanguard, which is not the smartest thing to do, but sometimes it's useful. If you want to run the other card I mentioned, that you can, because that card is a 7k, which makes your Tidal Assault and Magnum Assault scarier, but hey, you know, it's my preference. I ran that other card before in my previous build, actually, but not a huge fan of it. Next, running 4 Kelpie Knight Nikki. So there's Ride Fodder. Because we're only running 7 grade 3, so it's going to help you. First, we're running the Unflip Guard. This deck can eat a lot of counterblast if you're planning to use Tidal Magnum Assault a lot, or you use these. They do chip out every counterblast. And the new Wailing Thavas also uses counterblast, so having this is kind of good sometimes. For the triggers, running a crit, 4 draw, and 4 heal. So these draws actually do help a lot sometimes. Getting your Tidal Assault to hit the right number, and getting your Statias to hit the right number. Sometimes you give it to this thing, because a lot of times you're not going to put it behind Vanguard, you're going to put it here or something, and then you use Commander Thavas to give it to him, for him to become 10, and then you can either use him to attack opponent's attacker, or you pump it with a draw trigger so it can hit for 13. So then you can do that, but or you can just use him as a booster for you're attacking with first. But yeah, it's alright. And now let's move on to the G Zone. So the first card I'm running, you can actually run Seabreeze over him. So actually, I'm not running Seabreeze in this deck because I'm not using it in a tournament. So during casual play, I rarely tech in the Seabreeze, but I'm running this instead. I think it's 3 Freeze Toss. What's the name again? These are ones from the Fighter Collection, but skill is wave 1, only on wave 1. So when this card attacks, you can kind of lost 1, and then during this turn, your whole front row gets plus 2k, and then they get a new skill, and that's wave 3 to 4. When this card attack hits, you can draw a card. So he does put pressure if you use him as your first ride. Not a lot of times you will use him in your first ride, but there's sometimes you want to get some pretty amazing pretty amazing field that you just kind of want to use this just to see if you can get those extra free cards. And they do turn your 9k attackers into 11k, so you can they can hit the Vanguard individually. So running one of him, I don't use him every game because a lot of times I'm going to use Commander Thavas as my first ride. So you guys probably know what he does now. But I'm running 2 of the new art and 2 of the old art because I actually only have 2 of the GRs before. I sold my other ones before they reprinted it. So pick up I pulled a bunch of the new art one, and you know, looks cool. Anyway, next we're running 2 Wailing Thavas. So this is a new card from GB09, and his skill is Generic 3. When this card attacks, during this turn, for every rear guard that battled, you can choose, or your opponent chooses one of the rear guards and retires it. So if you attack 3 times with your rear guards this turn, your opponent chooses 3 of the rear guards to retire. And the second skill is Generic 2, wave 3 or above. Kind of lost 1. When this card attacks, during this turn, for every battle your rear guard attacked this turn, this card gets plus 5,000 power, and then your opponent cannot call Great Ones to the Guardian Circle. So if you attack 3 times with your rear guards, he gets plus 15k. The normal number is 3, but you might be able to get more if you get some right cards. But yeah, so he becomes like a 26 plus 15, like a 41 by himself, and you have a booster, so it's like 40 something, and then they can't use Great Ones, so it's a pretty good card. But he's actually even better in a Maelstrom deck because you can combo it with the critical trigger, which is why which is why you probably see more Maelstrom decks topping than Thavas deck now. So yeah, but he's still a good card in this deck. Running 4 Lambros, you actually don't really need to run 4, but running 4 just in case. And you know, Lambros is one of my favorite Aqua Force cards, so I'm running 4. You can run some other weird tech cards instead if you want, like having more G-Guard options. But moving on to the G-Guard. We have 1 Dismal to prevent you from getting VMAXed. Yeah. 2 Floatia. So her skill is what is supposed to be on Guardian Circle. If it's the first or second battle during that turn, this card has a spot on shield. So it's a 20k shield. You're running 2 of the Ice Barrier Dragon, whatever it's called. So his skill is wave 1 or 4. When this card is placed on Guardian Circle, during this battle it gets plus 10,000 shield, so it becomes a 25k shield. But it's only wave 1 or 4. So if your opponent playing a deck that doesn't run stands and they attack with your Vanguard, then you can use this card to guard. But if they're or if they're attacking with like a really big rear guard, like something like Neo Nectar. But if they're running Neo Nectar, this is probably not enough to guard it. But yeah, fourth is also better. So 4th is also good. So in case your opponent attacks with a really big rear guard that restood, you can still guard with this. So he has his uses. If it was wave 1 to 4, it would be too good. But you know, 1 or 4, kind of more niche. If if you don't want to run 2, you can just take one of these out and run a screw instead for more safety. But since this deck I'm mainly playing is for fun play, I just run with this lineup so I don't have to move my screws around. Since I only have like 6 or 7 screws and I don't really remember where I put them all. So usually, unless I'm going to a tournament, I don't really take the G guards super seriously. I run Dismal because there's a lot of people playing VMAX for fun play, so it does get kind of annoying if you don't have one. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this deck profile. Sorry this took so long. I apologize for that, and there will be some more deck profiles coming out soon. But if you guys saw my channel update video, it won't be up until after the 1st. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this deck profile though. Thanks for watching, guys. This is Kartaku, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!